Hello, everybody. Can y'all hear me? Good. Okay, good stuff. Hey, Veronica, I saw your face first. Hi, girls. Look, we need music. I'm not Tish. I didn't have all that fun pump up music, but I did put on my Gucci belt, my fake Gucci belt, just because it's all about Gucci today, right? I'm hoping that's going to be on my list of things that I get to earn by doing a job I love, is that Gucci bag, right? Um, let's give it a few more minutes. Hey, Christy, I know Christy is helping. Tish is not going to be here today. Tish's daughter is getting her wisdom teeth taken out. So you're stuck with me, Sarah. Oops. And all my stuff. Anyways, and some lovely leaders from our team that are going to be sharing some really awesome ways to bring home the second week of our commission week for August. We've got so much stuff going on. And I want to make sure that Christy is going to be putting this up live on the Treasure Tribe. I don't see, is Christy Tish today? Maybe?
It's live, Sarah. When I joined, it said it was live.
Okay, we're going live. Sorry, thank you. We had Allie was supposed to do it, and something happened.
Sarah, we're live. I'm sorry. Yes.
Thank you, Christy. I figured we were, but just double checking before I get started with all the good stuff. So, for those of you who've never met me before and you're brand new, my name's Sarah Clement, and I live up in the Seattle, Washington area. So it's earlier here, and I'm excited about Monday because there's a lot going on. So it's all Gucci, baby, right? Like, who is excited about the Gucci bag? Me. I know I'm excited. I don't know what it is about that bag, but it just is like, oh, thank you, Elizabeth. It is something that I looked at and I was like, I don't know, like maybe if I don't earn it, well, I'm obviously going to earn it like to get the entries, but maybe if I don't actually win the bag, that should be on my list of, really luxe things I want in my life in the future. So, and I know many of your individual teams are also doing little things too. So, I mean, it's double points, you guys. There's so much happening. Plus, the double zingers are going away, right? So the double zingers are going away. We've got an opportunity when you sell that 1,500, you're getting the lavender impression bracelet, right? And you're going to get the $250 gift card. So I just want to break it down. We got some really great leaders on deck to share a couple things with you, but I want to break this down to you. You can do anything in 72 hours, you guys. You can get 15 orders. So we're going to talk, we're going to do a couple different things today. I've got a couple of my favorite people online and on deck to share some things with you. But before they hop on, I want to share this. There's kind of 3 Ds you need to do before you jump into anything. And the first thing is that you have to decide that you're going to do it, right? So the first D is you have to make the decision that you can do it, that you're worthy of doing it, that you want that bag, that you want the double points, that you want all the amazing things I just mentioned that go along with getting and selling the 1,500, right? And I'm going to say this too. Some of you have already reached that goal, right? I mean, if you've already reached that goal, type in the chat. Say, I got it, a 1,500, baby. Like, tell me that you guys have already earned it, because I've got a challenge for you. I want to challenge you guys alongside with your teams to also get another $1,500 in sales, right? I've achieved it, but I was thinking, how can I ask my team to do what I'm not willing to do? So I am going for it too. And I'm going to take some of these ideas that we're doing today. So the first D, decide that you're going to do it, right? Decide that you want it more than you're afraid of it, or all the reasons that you can't do it. Stop that voice in your head. Next, you're going to make a plan and you're going to get direction. Okay. That's why you're here. That's why you showed up to this call, is because we have some amazing leaders to share the how-tos of what you can do to direct you to get that goal. And then the last thing you're going to do, which is what I'm going to talk about really quickly, is dedicate the time to do it. Okay. So dedicating, this is something I just hired a business coach that I've been working with, and we've been talking about IPAs. They may know what IPAs are. I laugh because my husband loves IPA beer. So it's like, I was like, IPAs, okay. Income producing activities, right? It's something that you need to be doing. So it's a little time blocking exercise. So everybody knows what you're doing in the next 72 hours, right? You got to pick the kids up from school. You got to buy new clothes. For those of you who are back in school, we still got a month of summer left out here. So we're not even thinking that yet. But, there's, you got to feed the cat. You've got to go to the vet. You've got doctor's appointments, sports forums, whatever you guys have to do, Bible study, workout. put it all down on a sheet of paper. I mean, like literally get a blank sheet of paper and say Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday. And what I want you guys to do is, first of all, take a minute to fill in your personal calendar of what you've got going on and figure out when you're going to be able to do the things that we're going to suggest on this call. Okay. And even just imagine that everybody gets that 1,500. I wanted to say to you that y'all are getting 3,000 points, 3,000 points towards Aruba. So who wants to go to Aruba? Me. August is I was talking to, I had a coaching call this morning with a up and coming stylist on my team. And she was like, I'm just frustrated. I can't get the results that I want. It's okay. You guys keep doing it. August is sometimes a harder month. And if you did not have that momentum coming into August, just keep at it. Pick a couple of the things we're going to suggest today and work them like crazy. And guess what? Something good will come out of it. You know, something always good comes out of that effort. So we're going to, I lost what I was going to talk about. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a couple of things. I'm going to ask Dana to be on deck. Dana D'Orsi, Senior Division out in Rhode Island. Love this girl. Today we're going to be sharing a couple of things. 3 ways, obviously, that you can move the needle on your business with actionable points. But Dana's going to share 3 keys for success for creative selling ideas. So she's going to tell you how you're going to make the things we're going to talk about successful. Because if you're thinking that leaders just put stuff up in their VIP group and it happens, you're wrong. So I want you guys to know that there are steps to take to make it more successful. So Dana, will you kick it off over here?
Absolutely. I'd love to. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, great. So I love that with Park Lane, with the way our sale is constructed, we are able to do so many different creative sales ideas, like social sales. And we're going to be talking about all of these, but you know, the mega parties, the mystery host, those flag games that we put up, all of those things we're able to do. And it's great because we all have, you know, obviously the party is the core of our business, having hostesses doing the parties, but every now and then we have a little slump, or maybe someone had to reschedule their party, and we have a way that we can just push the button and get some instant income by implementing some of these ideas anytime we want. And so, but I find that there's 3 big keys to making these successful, because if you're going to put the effort into doing these, and there is effort required to put these into play, it's really important to think about these 3 key things to ensure that they're going to be successful. So the first one is that you always want to be keeping your VIP group continually warmed up and engaged, and be growing that group. If you have a group where you're not posting in the group, people are not really engaging in the posts, and then you throw out one of these ideas and it falls, dies, sometimes that's why. You really kind of need people in your group to be paying attention, to be excited, so that when you pull the trigger on one of these, they can't wait. They're excited to see what it is. And so there's a few keys to keeping your VIP group engaged. The first is frequency of posting. You really do need to be posting regularly in that group to keep the Facebook algorithm working for you. At least, I would say at a minimum, once a day of posting something in there. If you can, a couple times a day is great. I find the more times a day, the better. You may think that you are irritating people by posting too much. You are not. It actually just makes the Facebook algorithm consider you to be someone who's credible and trustworthy, and that you're regularly posting. And not all of your people are seeing all of these posts. It depends on when they're popping on Facebook, how their notifications are set up. So most likely, if you post 3 times a day, they're not seeing all 3 posts. They might catch one of those. And so you're going to be catching people there. The second is timing of the posts. You want to make sure you're posting at the times of day that people are most likely to be on Facebook, which is usually in the morning when they get up, they're on their way to work. Maybe right when they get to work, they kind of just, check their social media quickly before they get into things, usually over lunchtime. And then at the end of the day, I always find like my 3 posting times are like 9:15, 12:15, 8:15. If you go into my group, you'll see I post, those are the 3 times I post, because I feel like you'll get more viewership. If you're posting something at like 11:30 at night, or like, random odd times, you're not likely to get as much viewership. So try to time the post that way. And you don't have to necessarily be on Facebook at those times or social media. You can pre-schedule those posts. Whether you have SendShare, you could use that, but you can just use the Facebook post scheduling tool to plan those posts and schedule them out. The third is the type of posts. If you're always posting in your group, buy my stuff kind of posts, people are going to tune out because they don't go to Facebook to buy stuff. It happens when they're engaged and they're excited about the things and they want to buy. So really, I always think about my VIP group as you want to be building relationship and providing value. So you want to have sometimes some fun, humorous posts in there, inspirational posts. Obviously, you're going to want to feature the products, but you want to do so in a way that's fun and maybe has a call to action. Maybe you post a rose gold looking like you're like, hey, do you love rose gold, yay or nay? You want like a call to action, something they can respond to. Would you wear this look? What would you pair with this? Something where they can respond back to it and there's like a reason for them to engage, which also helps your algorithm. And then you want to always be inviting new people. If you've ever heard the expression fishing in an overfished pond, sometimes that can happen. Sometimes your people that are really engaged have kind of bought a lot of the things they want. And if you're not continually refreshing that population, you're going to have a harder time engaging. So if you always are adding new people, that's going to be helpful. So you always want to invite all of your people from your virtual parties to join that group personally. And then even going through your Facebook list, think about, when people have birthdays, make a mental note. Is that person in my VIP group? Oh, maybe I'll just invite them in today. And it just kind of refreshes your memory of all your people that you're friends with. So that's the first key, is keeping that group engaged. Secondly, when you try these new creative ideas, sometimes you have to train your people to engage in them and what they're all about. So I always say this to the gals on my team: do not compare what do a social sale, because my sales now from a social sale are not what they were the first time I did it. The first time I did any of these things, social sales, those flag games, all messenger parties, it required heavy lifting to get that to happen. I really had to message people and engage people and reach out to them. And I always give the example with those flag games. The first time it took me like 2.5 days. And the next time it was like 4 hours. It kind of increased every single time. So stick with it. You can't try something once and judge it by that. I know Jerry Arnold talked about that last week, that with host coaching, you've got to try something 10 times to see if it works. And this is the same thing. Maybe not 10 times.
Yikes. Okay, hang on just 1 second. I have her talking. Hey, hang on. Dana, you're going in and out. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just switched up my Wi-Fi settings, so I don't know if that's going to help me. I got kicked off. I'm sorry.
I think everyone stopped hearing you when you were talking about trying something 10 times. Can you go back a little bit?
Absolutely.
Sorry.
That's right where I just cut off. So like Jerry said, try something 10 times to see if it works. This, maybe not 10 times, but at least 3 or 4 times to see if people are catching on to it. Because you are going to have lurkers in your VIP group. People that just kind of sit back and watch what's happening and try to understand it and see other people engaging, and then eventually will come around. And the people that participated the first time, they're going to see it the second time and jump on it because they had so much fun. But it takes people a little while. You kind of have to train them. And that's why it's important to do things like this regularly, at least once a month. I always participate like in the mega parties, whether or not like I really need that to boost my sales that week, just because I want people to remember what the mega party is and to keep being a part of it. So when I need to pull the trigger on it, they're engaged. And I always do every social sale at some point that when it's offered, again, just to keep people engaged. And it's a delighter for them. They're getting a discount. They're shopping on sale. Like, it just makes people happy. So you have to try some of those things a few times and have, set your level of expectations the first time. It may not be $1,000 party. It may not be a $2,000. It may just be a qualified party. And that is great. That's a great start. The third key is that you always have to market these events. You're not just going to post about them and everyone's going to participate. You want to give yourself a couple of days to generate some buzz around the events. A few things that I usually do, and you don't have to do all of these, but pick a couple and see what might work. I always create an event in my group, whether it's for a messenger party, a social sale, or whatnot, because when you create an event in your group and you invite those people, everybody gets notified. If you're just doing a post in your group, only maybe a third of the people are going to have that notification pop up or have that pop up in their feed, but everyone will get notified if you do an event. And then just post in the event that all of the activity will be happening right directly in your group, because that's where the algorithm is going to work best for you. But it just gets people on the alert. Same thing if you change out your cover photo in your VIP group for the event, everyone will get a notification for that as well. Doing some kind of a customer email or a text. So you can actually go into your address book, even if you don't have an email system that you're using, and you can just download a list of your customers and grab their email addresses. And if it's a small enough group, you can send it out right in Gmail. You may have to break it up. I think the limit might be like 100 names at a time. You could break it up and just do a general email to let them know. Or you can use a texting tool, which I use sometimes to do that as well. I kind of alternate an email or a text depending on the event. Individual messages to people. This is where the key is. If you do only one of these things, do this thing. Make a list of 40 to 50 people. Think about your high engagers in your VIP group, your top customers. Message them individually to call their attention to it. Does it take a little bit of time? Yes, but it's a copy and paste message. I mean, you could do this while you're watching TV at night, while you're in the, pickup line for your kid, waiting for them at a dance lesson. Bang those out. That is going to call people's attention to them. Post on your personal page, post in your stories, post in old party groups. Do some kind of fun incentives to get people to come. So I like to, when I do a social sale, sometimes I'll do like a roll call giveaway, maybe just even a pair of Rue studs for everyone who comments on the roll call post to get eyes on the event. Because if they comment on that, they're likely to see the other posts after that. Take selfies and the pieces that you're going to picture, promote those, and then even go live in your group to promote it. So those are just a variety, like a menu of ideas, kind of like when we do these creative sales ideas. It's a menu of ideas. You don't have to do all of them, but pick the ones that appeal to you the most. And if you only pick one, do the individual messages. It's going to be the most bang for your buck. And the more heavy lifting you do earlier on when you do these events, eventually you might not have to do as much heavy lifting. But in the beginning, I think, Sarah, you could say this too. The first time we did social, we were messaging a lot of people individually. Now I don't have to do that as much anymore. But in the beginning, you have to get people into it. So those are just my top tips.
Thanks, Dana. I know people are going to have questions for you. So maybe you start writing them in the chat. Maybe, Dana, if you could pay attention, because I know there's going to be some stuff. I love the first time I did a social sale, I messaged every single person in my group. It took me hours, but it was the most successful one I've ever done. And now they kind of know what's going on. But I did some team calls last week, and I was noticing that I do think there's a perception out there that posting and kind of praying works. And I mean, you might get lucky once or twice, but I would think really take to heart some of those things that Dana said. In fact, I was like, oh, past party groups, what a great idea. We have all of that at our fingertips, changing the cover. Those are great ideas. Thank you so much, Dana. Now I've got Kimberly Brock and Sarah Moad on deck to share some of the actual ideas that are out there for you guys to take advantage of that the team has been working on. So I'm going to start off with Kimberly in Atlanta. Kimberly, are you there? Nope, you're muted. Uh-oh, hang on. Uh-oh. Are you on your computer, Kimberly? Bottom left, there's a mute button that you can unmute.
Sarah, if you're the host for this, you can click on the 3 dots on the top right of her box and ask her to unmute.
It's not allowing me. I'm not the host. Christy is. Christy, if you're listening, can you try to unmute Kimberly? I don't know what's going on. Okay, how about this? Oh, there you go. Hang on, talk. No, something's wrong with your audio. No.
Sorry, I was talking. You couldn't hear me, Sarah, but I've asked her to unmute.
She is. Are you calling in like normally? Do you call in from your phone, Kimberly? Can you do your phone or do something different? Log out and log back in. I'll get this started for you. Log out and log back in, please. Okay. Sorry, girls. Live stuff happens, right? Actually, Sarah, can I get you? We're going to go a little bit out of order if that's okay. Sarah has come up with a really interesting new messenger party that she worked hard on, and I did it. So I've asked her to talk about it because I was getting really high orders per customer, and I really love this idea. So Sarah, we'll start with you, and then we'll have Kimberly pop on. Thank you for being here.
Okay. So last month I did a Christmas in July messenger party, and it went really well. So Tish had asked and Sarah had asked if I would come up with an August one. So for back to school, I decided to do a back to style messenger party. And what it is it brings everybody to the messenger, just like a messenger party, but it makes it kind of feel more exclusive. It makes it kind of build curiosity as to what's going to happen in it. And so I create posts that I put in my VIP group to ask people, and I create them as questions. So that way, you know, Facebook sends a notification that I asked a question in the group. And then I also made little GIFs or GIFs, however you say it. And so it showed that I posted videos in it too. And I just kind of posted those for 3 days leading up to it. But if you start now, since we want to kind of do all this before Wednesday, you could go ahead and start inviting people, and you would get people to request to join the group chat. And then each day a new person's going to see it, because I noticed that whenever I posted, every day someone different saw it. And it was people that I totally forgot were even in my group. So, I mean, they're looking, they may not be talking or communicating, but they're seeing stuff. So what it is, it's a kind of like, I don't want to call it like a social cell, but it's kind of like a cell over in Messenger. And it's short and sweet. I did it within 24 hours, and it kind of just comes down to 3 images that have all of the pieces on it. And leading up to me actually posting the cell pieces, I did all that at like 7 o'clock. So leading up to it, instead of like typing out all of the instructions, because I mean, if they're anything like me, they're not going to read it all. They're going to look at a picture before they actually read a long thing of text. So I made images with the instructions or what's going to happen on them, and I posted them leading up to it. And then for the cell itself, I had 3 images. On the first image, it had just some more instructions reminding them that this was a cell, everything was going to ship to me. So there would be tax and shipping added onto it, and that they could pay me through like PayPal or Venmo. And then under that, I had 3 images listed A, B, and C, and they had to pick one of those to unlock the rest of the cell items. And it was just stuff like impression studs, and I marked them down to 20, or the Juliet necklace, and I marked it down to 20. There were some, the Clover studs were marked down to like 18. So like they had to pick one of those, so that way I could use the 2 and 4 without having to like really spend all my money. And then once they grabbed one of those, then 1 through 33 were all the cell pieces. And I did include the new line, which I think kind of helped excite people and with the cells. So I included some of the new line, and then older pieces that were just good sellers for me. So 1 through 33 were either marked half off or for a bonus item of 45. So that way I could take that extra and put it towards the regular price things. And then 34 through 36 were extra half offs that they could use for themselves. So they could pick something that maybe wasn't on that list that was on the site. They could pick that and then use it for their half offs. Let's see. I chose to do it in Messenger because I feel like whenever you do cells, like the social cell, it floods your newsfeed. And to me, I would rather my VIP group be more interacting images rather than a whole bunch of cell pieces. So I chose to do it there, and it also put everything in like one easy spot. And it was super easy for people to order because they would just send me a list. It was like A, and then they had to pick, you know, the color that they wanted, and then they would give me the numbers that they wanted. And then for their half offs, they would tell me what they wanted as well. So it was super easy. I made sure that they did it all outside of the group chat because I hate being in a group chat with constant dings and stuff. So I wanted to respect those who probably felt the same way, and I didn't want people jumping ship. Oh, that's another thing. I asked people to invite one person, but I told them they had to actually invite them and they had to get a yes, because I didn't want them just adding people and then people jumping ship in the middle of it, because I mean, you know, it's a downer. Nobody wants that. So let's see what else. Sarah, what am I forgetting? After I posted the 3, I also had images that told them, you know, text me, message me, they could PayPal me. I do have images for everyone. So I have some blank ones that you could put how you want to be paid. You can put your text message on it. I do have the 3 back to style sell items. I think there is one item that I need to go correct because it was the Radley. I have it priced wrong. Yeah.
Will you thank you, Sarah, will you tell people where to find this stuff? Because
I'm gonna post it in the Treasure Tribe. So right now it's in Dream Builders, but I'm gonna post it in Treasure Tribe, and I'll list out, like, you know, what I posted with mine, and just some tips that I thought were helpful.
It was awesome, you guys. I tried it. It was just something different and fun. So for those of you that have done plenty of these types of things, it was just something fun, and it was getting like a puzzle from my customers, like A1, 33, and 22. And what I found is that the customers that ordered were ordering more because they weren't really totaling it up. So I had pretty high orders. I didn't have a ton of people that wanted to participate, but I did it pretty last minute. But they were high orders, so I felt really good about it. So thank you so much. Did you post something specific? So they were shopping.
Yeah, so in my group, so I told everybody they were going to have $100. There was going to be $100 giveaway. I think Sarah did, you know, everyone who ordered, they got a gift, but I didn't think about that. That would have been great. Instead, I just did $100 giveaway, and then I did give away some, because I had extra credits. I gave away some $50 credits. But I just, in my group, I just posted, you know, what was going on, that it was going to be a private messenger party just for them. And I even made sure to say that in the messenger party, that this was exclusively just for them. I would not be offering these prices to anyone else. And that if they wanted to invite somebody, they can invite it. I created an invite that they could send. So it was just telling them that there would be prices 50 to 70% off, you know, kind of like how you do with the social sell, but I just didn't want to call it a social sell.
Yeah, it was just it's like, you know, just making a fresh run on a little mini social sale outside of your group. So that doesn't need to compete with anything else you're doing inside your VIP group. Thank you so much, Sarah. We can ask questions in a minute. I think Kimberly, are you back on?
Can you hear me?
Stressing. Yay!
Yay! Shut everything down and start it all over.
Go ahead. Thank you for being here.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about some of those things that you can do to boost those last minute sales, because we all have that goal, whether it's you want your lavender bracelet, some are RC, I want those wilder bracelets too. So and it's double points. So why not really concentrate on getting everything we can right now? So obviously one of the things I was going to talk about is a messenger party. And Sarah, thank you for creating all of that, because I actually did your back to style sale on Friday. And what a great way to get something so quickly and to add that in. And I just wanted to share with you, the first time I attempted my first messenger party, I was terrified. I had never done it like that. And I just wasn't quite sure. I'm not as good at Facebook Messenger. I just wasn't sure, but I was like, hey, just try it. You can't do anything if you don't try. So I did it. So I highly recommend it. Sarah's done an amazing job with all of the items that she's put. And again, she may have said this, I'm gonna say it again, but just find it in the Treasure Tribe, which is TT Photo Bank Library. Click media, then click albums, and then you can go down. She's got the earring party listed. She's got the necklace party listed, and everything is there for you. I mean, you guys, this is such a great way to do something when it's been provided for you.
Hey,
so
Kimberly,
what you do, yeah.
I just want to jump in really quick because Sarah Moad went while you were gone. Moad.
You say all that?
No, but I wanted to tell, I think they might be getting confused. There's a lot of messenger parties. So just want to clarify so everybody's on the same page. Sarah did the social sale messenger party that's back to style. and Sarah Thomason has created new Facebook Messenger parties for rings, earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. So there's 4 new ones. So that's where you find those items. Sorry, Sarah Moad. There's lots of Sarahs and messenger parties. Sorry,
Confusing.
Sarah Moad did the Back to Style social sale messenger. She's going to be posting that in the Treasure Tribe. These messenger parties are tell that story again.
Yeah, the ring, the necklace, the earrings, those are in Treasure Tribe, TT, Photo Bank, Library. Then you click on the top, click media, and then click albums. And then you'll see it with all the different pictures and graphics there. And it'll say earring party. I will tell you, it says spring, summer. They are in there. Just scroll down to the bottom to get to the new fall line, because they're in there as well. But how you start to do that is you just go to Facebook Messenger and create a group. I usually pick 2 of my friends or 2 of my stylists, because you have to have at least 2 people to start a group. And I pick 2 people that if I mess something up are not going to give me a hard time. And then you just put in a couple easy graphics, the details of your party, and then about the jewelry and the guarantee. I pop that in there. So if anybody's added, they at least have a little bit of content to start with. But the most important thing to piggyback on what Dana said is you need to then reach out to people and ask them if they'd like to be added to this really fun thing. So the first time I ever did it, I just said, hey, Sarah, I would love for you to help me out. I'm trying this brand new thing called a 24-hour earring party. I think it's going to be so much fun. It's 24 hours, quick, down and dirty, great stuff for your ears. What do you think? Can I add you to the group? And that's all I said. And when they said sure, I added them to the group, but I made sure that they had said yes to me first. And then once they said yes, I say, oh, that's so great. I'm so glad. Please invite a friend, because this is just an exclusive sale just for this group right now, but you're allowed to invite 1 friend. And so that helped me increase the group. Then I literally went and took those photos that were provided for me in that earring thing and just I said, all right, we're going to do it 8 o'clock tonight. And then we're going to do it until 8 o'clock tomorrow night, 24 hours, and posted everything. I mean, it's laid out perfectly for you. And the first time I did it, and again, it doesn't matter. Everybody will do what they did. But the first time I did it was $500. $500 for 24 hours is some really good return. And now you've got additional VIPs that you can invite to your VIP group. You've got people that you can talk to about coming and joining your team, people who you can talk about hosting a party. So it is just such a great way to reach out. And the first time I did it, I also didn't do my VIPs. I reached out to people who weren't clients from before. So it gave me a whole new group of people because I needed some new VIPs. So you can structure it any way you want to, but that is such a great quick way to help you get to your next goal. Another one is the mystery hostess party. And that one is just setting up a party in your back office. You just write yourself down as the hostess to begin with. And then you offer all of the hostess rewards to 1 lucky lady who had placed an order. So I say, when we get to 10 orders, everybody's name is going in the pot and somebody is going to win all the hostess rewards. And that for all of my VIPs, and I do what Dana said, I do an event, I change my banner, I post a lot of posts upcoming, like who's going to be our mystery hostess, what's a mystery hostess, just to generate some buzz before I go live and I talk about it. And that one, my VIPs love it. I mean, they love a prize. So it is really a fun way to bring somebody in. And then once they win all of the stuff, then you can have them show it all and all that they've won. So then now you've really promoted being a hostess, which is great too. But you can break that up. The best thing about our business is we can do any of these opportunities and break it into pieces any way that works the best for us. So if you want to break it up and give several different prizes, if you get to 10 orders, you're going to have $400. So maybe you do a $200 prize and then 2 $100 prizes, or however you want to do it to have maybe more excitement and more different prizes to be able to give away. But a mystery hostess party is awesome. And if you haven't already launched your new collection to your VIPs, don't delay, do it now. And you can do that by using the mystery hostess idea with that. But show your clients what you've got going on right now, because that's going to generate excitement and then hopefully bookings and new stylists and everything else. And then last but not least is the social sale. We have a brand new one Erin Markland created for us. Thank you, Erin. And that is under TT Mock August Social Sale under the Treasure Tribe. So if you go to Treasure Tribe and just go to that little magnifying glass and type in TT Mock August Social Sale, that will come right up for you. And in there is the link to SenseShare and also a link to the Mock Facebook group so that you can see all of the different graphics. And then you can just copy and paste that into your VIP page if you don't have SenseShare. So that is another easy way. Again, create a party in your back office, let them go through all the graphics, the pieces with the prices are all there for you. This is another amazing tool that has been provided for us. So my goodness, use it. It's at your disposal. And then once everybody decides what they're wanting from you, you use the 2 and 4 sale under your own name and put in all of the different pieces to get the best deals. So that's another great way. And I think I am doing 3 of these right now, but I would suggest you just pick one that sounds the best to you and just try it. And like Jerry said, if it doesn't work the first time, that's okay. You had to figure it out. So try it again and again and again, and it will work. Ta-da.
Thank you, Kimberly. I was gonna say too about the messenger parties. So y'all can hit your VIP group up for that, but you could also use those as individual hostesses, the ones that the new earring, ring, Facebook, or sorry, necklace, what's the other one? Anyways, bracelet. Like, what's the other 4th thing? You guys can ask hostesses to do that. And one thing, when she was saying she asked other people outside of her group to join, the first time we did messenger parties, I did this too, and I went to the green dot. And I know not everybody knows what green dot means, but green dot is when you go into Messenger on Facebook, and every person that has a green dot beside them, that means they're online. So you can send that message to new people and get new people, new shoppers, which I'm new is the glue, right? It's always the glue. So just again, if your VIPs are, their ponds are fished out, like Dana said. Okay, the last idea that we have for you, the 3rd and final offer, I'm gonna ask Heidi Kuipers to pop on and share some of her tips about one-to-one reach out, because again, this is about 15 orders, right? 15 average orders.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So if you haven't been doing customer follow-up, then this is the time to do it. Dana talked about it a little bit in her segment, but customer follow-up is so important, especially when you're trying to achieve a goal, because reaching out to people is what pulls in the orders. Not posting and praying doesn't pull in the orders. That helps. It helps to, jog them. Oh yeah, so-and-so called me. I should pay attention to this. So the reach out is really what's going to help bring home the sales. So if you are doing all these different things, let's say you decide to do a messenger party, or you decide to do, that's totally great. But what you should do is personal reach out, because that's going to get the attendance to the different events, or it's going to get people shopping. So even if you are inviting a bunch of people to an earring party or whatever, I would still say go back and do personal messages to people. And what you choose to say to them, it depends on what you might be doing. But I am a big fan of personal follow-up after all of my parties. So if you haven't done that, you need to be doing it, because it's just it's a whole new pond of people to fish out of outside of your VIP group. And these guys are customers. So, they love the jewelry because they've already bought something. So you might be sending something to them to thank them. Maybe you're sending a note that says like, hey, Corey, thanks so much for coming to Angelin's party. It was so much fun to meet you. I hope you're loving your earrings that you bought. Let me know. By the way, we still have an amazing sale that's happening. And it ends on Wednesday. $200 items for $30. Just want to make sure that you get to take advantage of it before the deal is over. Like, you could be sending anything like that to them. You're thanking them, so you're being humble, but then you're also letting them know about a special that's happening. So those are great messages to send out. If you're trying to find people to send it to, here's a couple different ideas. Okay, so one, if you go into your reports and you click the drop down for reports and you go to jewelry usage, it's a report under your drop down. You can scroll down and go to your top customers for 2021. You can go to your top customers for the lifetime of your time at Park Lane. You can go to your top customers for just August. Make sure that you're clicking the one that says top customers for you, personal, not for your team, because you can see your team's top customers too, and you don't want to be reaching out to your team's customers. Make sure they're your customers. Click that because it's interesting to see, and scroll down and see, you know, who are your top customers that you could be reaching out to, and it would be perfect to send this message to. So that's one pool of people that I like to go to. The second pool of people I like to go to is what I was saying is past customers. So if you're not in the habit of doing customer follow-up, as a side note, you should get into the habit of doing it, not just because we have a deadline in a couple days, but you should be doing it anyways, because it's amazing the rapport that you can build with your customers just by reaching back out to them one time to thank them. So go back to your order entry screen and go into recently submitted orders. That's going to show you all the PDFs of all of the parties that you have submit. So maybe you want to go back like 6 months. Maybe if you've never done customer follow-up, and you go back 6 months. If you've been around that long, if you haven't, go back as far as you can. And then click on a PDF from like 6 months ago. Then scroll through the PDF and you can see the person, their phone number, and then what they ordered. I love to go back and personalize a message to them. And you can just tweak the first sentence. So you can copy and paste, but maybe you're changing the first sentence where it says like, I hope you're loving your juniper earrings. They're my favorite from the new collection. Thanks so much for shopping such and such's party. I wanted to let you know we have an amazing sale since you loved the deals that you got at so-and-so's party. We have an amazing offer that's ending in 48 hours, blah, 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 like whatever you want to say about the sale. But reaching out to those people to thank them and then to let them know about this upcoming special, you're going to get a response from a lot of people. Not everybody's going to respond to you, which is fine. But you're going to get a response from some people. Some people will just say like, thank you, I love my jewelry. And maybe they say nothing about the offer that you sent to them, but it's an opportunity for you to go back to them, and don't ever miss an opportunity to follow up a second time with somebody. If they have commented to you or responded to you, but they haven't commented at all about the sale that you said something about, you know, maybe they just kind of skip over that part, but they respond to you. Don't miss an opportunity to invite them to your VIP group. So at that point in time, I would say to them, if they didn't respond to the sale, I would be like, you know, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're loving your earrings. By the way, if you aren't part of my VIP group, I'd love for you to join. I do so many sales. I actually have a sale going on right now, but I do so many sales and style tips, and I'd love for you to join. And then I put the link to my VIP group. You'll get people that way that will join your VIP group that they probably saw it during the party and they never joined it. You know, they've seen it a couple times and they never joined it, but they're getting a personal invitation from you. So that's a new person that's going to be in your group that all of a sudden might see the social sale that you're doing at the same exact time and participate. Always when I do social sales and messenger parties and things like that, it's always the new people in the group that are the biggest participators, even if they just shopped, because they're so excited and they're seeing something new in the group. Another group of people, I think somebody's texting a question about something that somebody asked me a question about what I do. I do text them because I go to the PDF. If I'm reaching out to a past customer, I go to the PDF.
When you say, hey Heidi, I know what you mean, but will you explain PDF, like where they find that?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. When you go to order entry, you go to recently submitted orders, and then you scroll down under recently submitted orders, and all of the names of all your past hostesses will appear. And then there's a link next to it that says PDF. You click on that and it opens up the whole entire order. So when it opens up the whole entire order, you can scroll through the printed PDF, and the first page will be the hostess order. Then the second page will start to be the items that people ordered. So you can see like Laura's order is right here, and she ordered the rosewood necklace and the juniper earrings. And then I personalize it to what they've ordered by trying to say something, because then they know you actually spent the time to reach out to them and say something personal rather than just a cut. You can tell when somebody's cutting and pasting and sending something to you generic. When you put just one little touch in there, they're like, oh my gosh, she actually paid attention to what I bought and she's saying something about it, you know? And if you're stylish person. I am not the most stylish person. So, but if that's something that you love to be able to provide for your customers, say something to them like, oh my gosh, you got the juniper earrings. I hope you're loving it, wearing it with a pop of color. Just say something to them that is, unique, or that can make them feel like they're special and they're getting specialized attention from you, because then that builds the relationship. Another area that I also will go down to, and some of you probably have a lot of Sparklebox subscribers. I don't have a lot, but I do have some loyal Sparklebox subscribers. So go to your order history again and scroll down to your Sparklebox subscribers. Those would be great people to reach out to as well, because they love the jewelry. They're getting something every single month, but they may not be paying attention to all of the sales that are happening. So reach back out to Sparklebox people individually. And then the other group, if you're saying, oh my gosh, well, I've only been around for like a month or two and I don't have that many parties that I've done, or I don't have that many customers to reach out to. If you do have a VIP group, even if you have fished your VIP group for a while, go back in and go to your group. And then on the left side, you click on membership. Click on membership, and then it's going to pop up your total contributors that have been, doing the most likes and comments. And you can see if they've done like 32 likes and 4 comments. You can see if they've been commenting more or liking more. And then I would personally reach out to those people, because that they're watching what you're doing. Maybe they didn't, follow what the messenger party is. Maybe they were like, they saw it, but they didn't ask a question because they were like, oh, I'm supposed to know what that means, but I don't want to ask a question and seem dumb like I don't know what that means. So maybe they're just not reaching out to you. That's a great group of people to personally send a reach out to. And just say, hey, just wanted to make sure that you saw I'm doing this in my VIP group. Would love for you to participate. I hope, whatever you want to say to them. But the personal reach out is the key here. In 24 hours or 48 hours, you can pull in a lot of sales by reaching out to people individually. And think about the number of orders that you need. If you need 15 orders, you're probably going to need to reach out to like 30, 40 people to pull in maybe half of those orders. You're not going to hear from everybody, but just keep in mind that you're also reaching out to them to build a rapport with them. So if they're not going to shop with you, or they don't take the bait for the shopping hook that you sent out, don't get discouraged, but use it as an opportunity to make sure that they're in your VIP group and that you provide good customer service for them. Because the rapport that you build, you can also, if you're doing it in Messenger or you're doing it in text, I always go back and look and see if I've sent something to them before, or if I've said anything to them, like maybe we had a whole conversation about so-and-so's daughter who just got married. I'm gonna use that to my advantage. And they don't know that I'm just scrolling back up and reading it for the first time after maybe I haven't talked to them in 6 months. I would go back and be like, oh my gosh, how was so-and-so's wedding? Like, make it really personal if you can, especially if it's a person that you've already built a relationship with, because those personal reach outs are what are going to pull in the sales. That's all I got.
Okay. I love that we still have some time left. So just to reiterate, there's three things that you guys could be working on. And we're not suggesting you do all of those ideas, because I'm guessing that some of those were like never going to do it. Some are like, I could try this one, or like, yes, I'm doing this. So latch on to what you feel, what felt good to your soul today, that you're like, I want to do that, right? It's the VIP ideas that we offered, mystery hostess, the back to style that Sarah created. Maybe it's, all the little other things that you see out there. The other one is the messenger parties, where you can get hostesses to be part of your messenger party, or going outside of your VIP group to do green dots, right? With the new messenger parties that Sarah Thomason created. And the third one is doing that one-to-one customer reach out, appreciation, asking for the sales. It really is, if you like put a sheet of paper with 15 spots of people, like that could be your goal. But I really want everyone uber focused on, I don't care if you want the Gucci bag or not. I want everyone focused on 1,500, because you want that lavender impression bracelet. You're going to want those 3,000, points. You're going to want possibly, I hope everybody wants the bag. If you don't want it, gift it to one of your customers, because they're going to love it. Anyways, so let's ask a couple of questions. Thank you, Danny, for answering Antoinette about what do you say for green dot people. She said, for people you don't know, and Danny says, I just say I'm a stylist with Parkland Jewelry and I'm having a super fun 24-hour messenger party with giveaways. I'd love to invite you. Can I send you an invitation? And then that way they're going to come back and say yes. Just like Sarah and Moab mentioned, you don't want people in that group that don't want to be in there. So do not just auto add people to that group, because the worst downer is when somebody leaves the group, right? I had that happen last week. I was like, oh no, did she have to do that? Anyways, but whatever. She said she wanted to be in the group and she still left. But what, people are going to do that. Can't take it personally. Any other, is there verbiage for the messenger parties or just the graphics? Oh, Leslie's putting verbiage, but you guys also, if you go into, I feel like Connie, was it Connie? Someone put really great words. It's like a whole document in the Treasure Tribe. If you search for messenger party, or just search the word messenger and see what pops up. There are words to say, there's follow-up messages. I mean, it's all in there. If anybody can tell me exactly where that is, that would be very helpful right now. Any other questions? Y'all can type in the chat or raise your hand.
Hey, Sarah, it's Summer.
Hey,
Can
Summer.
you hear me?
Yeah,
Hey, sorry, putting my makeup on when I'm listening. I just went and searched for it too. So in the Treasure Tribe, it's guide 10, and it's all about the earring messenger party. Connie's whole script is in there. You can just download it, copy and paste it, personalize it, but it's guide 10 for the earring messenger party. And then I think there's one later down, maybe in the 20s, that is about the bracelets.
I'm so glad you brought up the guides, because if you heard the word social sale and you're new, or you're like, I don't know what a social sale is, there's also a what is a social sale guide in the Treasure Tribe. So go watch the videos. There's a tutorial. It's basically kind of what Sarah was saying. You're offering a little bit of a discount to your customers to then ship everything to yourself and then create your own 2 and 4 orders. And then ship it back out. But you guys, it always usually ends up working out in the wash, especially once you add your commission back in. I usually end up taking the amount of money in that I spend out, but then I still get the commission on top of it, right? So my customers love those. Let's see, am I missing? There's the verbiage, all the stuff in there. Anybody have questions? Any other questions? I am not opposed to closing this before 11. I just want to make sure everybody gets their questions answered. I want to say thank you to these leaders who took time to talk today. I'm really proud of my team, and you guys did an awesome job. You knocked it out of the park. Remember, there's 3 things that you guys need to do. You need to decide you're going to do it. And if there's like a but an if, but you've got this going on, then that's not a decision. You need to decide that you're going to do it. You need to take the direction that you got today, and you need to dedicate the time. So what I was going to say about dedicating the time is, how many of you find yourself sitting down at your desk and letting social media or text or email dictate your day? So I'm going to challenge you guys that when you do these IPAs, income producing activities, that you've taken the time to plan, you've dedicated the time, and you know what you're going to do during those hours, because you've decided that you want to get the 1,500 in sales. So when you sit down, you guys, Facebook, laundry, dishes, picking up the kids, all that stuff will always still be there, right? But you kind of eating that frog and doing that IPA of reaching out or setting up your VIP party or whatever it is, those are good uses of your time. So I just want you guys to know that's your most valuable asset that you have to give. And I want you guys to use it really wisely the next 3 days. And let's go to Aruba. Let's get some Gucci. Let's get some lavender impression bracelets. Let's have an awesome week. And thank you guys so much for calling in. I'm so grateful to be on this team and part of all these amazing, incredible women.
Sarah?
Anyone have any? Yes, hey Connie.
It's Connie. I just wanted to say thank you so much for leading this. You and your team did such an awesome job. I wanted to give you some jazz hands for that. I mean, you girls are awesome. I love how you could just step in and get this done. And one of my biggest takeaways from today's, because I never miss any of these meetings, is that how unique and different everybody's approaching all the list of things that you could do in our Treasure Tribe, of all the things that we have available, and how your team just stepped up and said how they are working their business. And I loved it because each one was a little bit different. And I just really truly am feeling a lot of gratitude for you and your team. So I just wanted to let you know we all love you and thank you so much. This was really a fantastic meeting.
Connie, I love you. I have to tell you guys,
I love you too.
I was very nervous today. So I was like, Tish isn't going to be there. You're making me step into your shoes, but my team did an awesome job. I'm proud of you guys. And thank you for saying that, Connie. I'm almost proud. I'm going to cry. But anyways,
okay, good. And by the way, the yellow with the new earrings with the lapis, I mean, you were rocking that. That looks really cool. Yeah.
I was like, do I do safari? You know,
I know.
First world problems. What do I do?
All the choices.
All right, girls, have an awesome week. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, everybody. Bye.